So here we go again. This one's going to be a little bit different to what I usually do because it's a hippopotamus rhinoceros kind of lo-fi hip-hoppy jazzy kind of thing. Who knows what it is, but anyway, it's not a proper song that'll get I say a full release on my YouTube or anything like that. It's just going to be for this video and some tips and tricks into making these kind of things. So I'd already made this sample drum kit from Vengeance and other places, but I didn't record it because I'm a fool. But anyway, this is what it sounds like so far before anything's added. There's nothing new in that drum kit compared to what I've done previously in other tutorials that are on my channel. It's the same story, it always is. Just a few edits that are done here and there, a few little effect fades and things like that, and some parameter changes, dynamic movements, all that blah 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 stuff in the automation key. But next thing to do was add a melody, so this is what I got so far. So after writing that little chord progression out, I wanted to move on to the melody and make sure it all fits perfectly. Unfortunately, Logic doesn't always let me do that kind of stuff, so after a quit and reboot, this is where I ended up. So I wanted to give it a lo-fi kind of sound, so what I did was I got into the east-west presets and moved the stereo spread, I think it was, just constantly moved it throughout. You can see the automations there going up and down, and it kind of gave it a really Silent Hilly vibe, which is like an old school recording thing. If you haven't heard the Silent Hill soundtrack, I 100% highly recommend it because it's one of my favourite soundtracks ever, and the composer's a genius. I realise looking back now how Silent Hill influenced this whole thing is, but anyway, moving on to a melody. Keeping in theme with I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I tried to do some different chord progressions but ended up sounding way too Silent Hilly, so I took them out. At the time I didn't realise it was Silent Hilly, I just realised it was a little bit too much. Again, please listen to the Silent Hill soundtrack because it's beautiful. So after removing that kind of style out of my head, I moved on and ended up with this. And the next part to move on to is probably the most crucial part of any sort of hip-hoppy song, which is the bass. So after I laid down the bass and sorted all of that stuff out, I moved on to making some sort of over the lay feature thing. So it's basically just an extra melody fill that'll be certain parts. At this point, I realised the song was pretty much just writing itself. I didn't want to do any more to it, or much more to it anyway. And I didn't want to do anything crazy to it, or add too much, or too little, or anything. I thought it was just fine the way it was. It met its goal, which was some sort of hip-hop, lo-fi kind of thing. And so we come to the end of this little session, and yeah, if you've picked something up, let me know. If I should pick something up, let me know, and carry on. Enjoy your day. At the end of this, I'll leave the full song so you can listen to it, and then also check description, because my website and everything will be in there if you want to find this and download it. I'm sure it'll be up there somewhere, or you can always just message and request it, or leave it in the comments. If I get any sort of demand for it, everyone is more than welcome. If anyone wants even the project file to this kind of thing, again, you're more than welcome. Have a good day and enjoy.